It is day 2 of classroom setup. I don't really have a goal for today, which is not great. I really should have planned and prepped. I was gonna bring a hammer and nails because there's some stuff that I need to hang up and I can't just do it with not heavy duty material. So, okay, I need to remind myself to bring a hammer and nails tomorrow. I think the first thing that I'm gonna do, because everything is kind of organized from yesterday, which if you missed yesterday's video, go watch it. They're also all linked in the description. Both my videos, my classroom setup videos from this year and last year. If this is your first video from me, hello, my name is Holly Adams. I am a high school Algebra 1 math teacher in Texas. Previously, I have been teaching 7th grade math, so this is a transition for me. I am a 3rd year teacher, but a 1st year Algebra 1 teacher. So I think I'm going to create a to-do list to kind of organize my thoughts and then start tackling the things on the list. Okay, I have a rudimentary to-do list, which is set up my planner, like my personal planner, organize my desk, hang up all my posters, put everything on these shelves, set up my Google Drive, come up with an agenda on the whiteboard, word wall on the other whiteboard, and finish the student station. So some of these are very broad, like put everything on the shelves. That basically is just like everything that's just on the desks right now, find a home for it. I think, where am I gonna start? I think that's where I'm gonna start, with putting everything away, because this is rough. This is gonna take me a while, I think. Ooh, let's get started. I freaking broke my nail yesterday trying to get my key onto my key ring, and it ripped my nail like almost in half. That's dramatic, but it was bleeding and it hurts so bad, and I even put a band-aid on it, but I keep like bumping it into things. It hurts so bad. Okay, so little update. Finished that table. This table here is all stuff that I'm going to be hanging up. Hopefully I will get to that stuff today because that's the fun stuff. And then I have attempted to start on this table. What I'm realizing is, like I said yesterday, I don't have a lot of shelves. So I'm having to get creative with where I'm putting things, keeping in mind that I'm going to need places for like curriculum, like actual lesson plans and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna need a place. So let me show you my cabinet. This is my desk. So I think what I'm gonna do is leave this entire top shelf empty for school stuff. Well, okay, that's a lie. I have all those books that I said I was never gonna read. They're gonna go in the back corner just to be out of the way. And then the rest of this shelf is going to be for like my sub binder, accommodation list, curriculum. I personally am someone who, if you watched my videos last year, I had a big like 4-inch binder that I kept a paper copy of every single assignment that we did and the key. That way next year it'll be a lot easier. And I know we have digital resources, but sometimes it's nice to just be able to flip through and it's all in one place. Because sometimes the issue with the digital resources is it's like one thing came from this drive and this one came from a website, and so it's like not all in the same place, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to be doing that again this year. Put that up here and just stuff like that. This shelf is kind of, I don't know what it is actually. I have like my personal things. This, okay, I really don't want this to become a catch-all, but I think that's what it is. Just like everything that I have extras of, like I have thumbtacks, erasers, paper clips, staples, stapler, batteries, and like the wax melts, tape. I mean, everything is just shoved in here. I don't really know where to put it other than in here. This shelf, I'm also not sure what's gonna go here, but something that I'm gonna be using every day, like, I don't know what I could put there, but I'm sure I will find something to go there. And then this down here, this is my Christmas stuff, so we're just gonna, that is all like manipulative things that I may or may not actually use. And then I'm leaving this center space empty for like my bag and stuff and my lunchbox when I come in, so I can just put it in there. But now I'm running into the issue of like I have things that I want displayed. Like I have my little nameplate that's currently sitting at the front of my desk, which is fine. I have like my letterboard from last year, and I have some like stuffies that kids have given me in the past, and there's nowhere to display that. I don't have shelves. But that's okay. That's like so minor. I don't need to be worried about that right now. But I feel like I'm making pretty good progress already. Also, if you know, you know. This is my new favorite shirt. Except the collar. It feels like it's choking me. I don't know what it is about shirts needing such small collars. And also, I'm not getting so off topic right now, but do we like my hair? I'm trying something new. I don't know if it looks good or not. I don't know if you could tell. Moving on. Hung this up, not sure what for, but this is a lot lighter than the other one that I have, so it was easier to hang up. I would love to use this for like supplies, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going in there. If we were using physical handheld calculators, this could be an option, but we're not. They like don't use physical calculators anymore. Everything's online. So I'm unsure what to do there, but I am gonna leave it up because I like having it there, and I want to just remind myself not to put anything there. I also have this box. It's not actually full of chips, it's full of games. Let me really quick walk you through some of these games. The Oozle. It is a puzzle game, fast-paced, competitive, really good for like logic. It's really fun. The kids love it. This, which is the Tower of Hanoi. It's also called something else, I don't know, but basically there's going to be 3 sticks in here, and you're trying to move a pile of discs from one side to the other side, but there's some like rules that you have to follow. Very, very good for logical thinking, and it actually is like a pattern. I believe it's a arithmetic sequence once you figure it out. So that's cool. They also like that one. And then I have some of your basic ones, like I have Uno, Phase 10, chess, checkers, a few decks of cards. I have Set, which this was too difficult for my middle school students. So this might be something that I could do with my high schoolers. It's all about finding sets of cards, like matching colors, matching shapes, matching shading, all that sort of stuff. Another good thinking game. I am conflicted on whether I'm going to leave it in the box or take it out. I think the bottom shelf has space that I could put all these games. I just went through my entire planner and filled in all of the like district days, so any off days, any PD days, all that sort of stuff. I also went ahead and put in my duty for the first 9 weeks. So we have like a rotating duty schedule. So I will have morning duty in the cafeteria twice in the first 9 weeks. The first one being the first week of school, which, I mean, I guess I should be grateful that it's only 3 days, but at the same time, it's gonna be the first week of school. But really, it's fine. I also have a list of things that I need to buy, or at least like bring or find, stuff like that. But I feel really good about where I'm at right now. Let's see, I've been here for probably an hour, a little over an hour, and I've gotten a lot of stuff done. So should we start hanging stuff up? Should we? Okay, I know you can't see me, but just pretend you can, okay? So here are some of the things that I'm gonna hang up. This is the classroom expectations and consequences. This is like required by the campus to have up, so I want them to go together because they match. This was left in here. Those were left in here, by the way. This was also left in here, and it's you may not leave class if, and then it has all these different things. So like basically don't even ask to leave. Here's my rules of divisibility poster that I took from my previous classroom. And then this is gonna go on the door. This is probably gonna go on like the whiteboard. I don't know where this is gonna go yet. So here's my vision, okay? I'm thinking the classroom expectations, consequences, and then you may not leave class if. I'm gonna put on the brick wall, like pretty high, that way, because they're just always gonna be there, whatever. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I don't have a ladder, so I might have to do some shady stuff. I need to hang those up with tape since this is brick, so I can't just staple it, so I don't have any tape. Well, I have like the blue painter's tape, so I guess I could use that just to see how I like it and then bring in like clear tape tomorrow and change it out. That's probably what I'll do. I think I've decided that all of my academic posters I want on this wall, because this wall, it's super easy to staple things into. So I think I just want that entire wall covered with like academic posters. What else? I also have all of these like growth mindset posters from last year that I had up above the whiteboard. And I think I'm gonna do that again because I really liked these. I'm just debating on which side. I don't know yet. I need to figure that out. These are more like, it's the hidden math ones that I had in my room last year. Again, they're gonna go on that side of the wall. And then I have my lovely numbers. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is above the whiteboard, one side is gonna have the numbers and the other side is gonna have the growth mindset posters. I like that. Yay, okay. Continuing on with my vision. Clear touch. So that's, you know, the main, what I'm going to be using. This whiteboard, I think I'm going to dedicate to vocabulary and have this be like a word wall. Then the other whiteboard over there, that's where I'm going to have like the learning objective, the agenda, upcoming things, you know, what you need, reminders, like that's just gonna be kind of like home base right there. So that's gonna be fun. And then I have that huge whiteboard in the back that I'm not gonna do anything with right now. I think I'm gonna leave that one for like actual writing on, you know, if I want the students to write on the whiteboard or whatever, because I have them all facing like side to side, so they could look at either whiteboard. So if there's ever something that we're doing where I'm like, I don't want to use the screen for this, I want to use the real whiteboard, then I can just have them all face that way, or literally turn and look that way. Oh, I need to figure out where I want, okay, I need to figure out if I even want to use this. So there's like this bundle on Amazon of math posters that have the same kind of, like they're in this font and like style, so definitely matches my whole vibe a lot better. So I think I'm gonna order those, and then if it covers this sort of stuff, I'm not gonna put this up. But if it doesn't, I don't hate this, so I'll put this up if I need to. And then the star reference materials, I also don't know where I want it. It would make sense for it to go on the math academic wall, but I also might put it in the corner over here. I don't know. I feel like that's something that I'm gonna be, oops, hello. I feel like that's something that I'm gonna be referencing pretty often, so I don't want it like hidden away. Ugh. I don't know yet. I'll worry about that later. Let's get going. What did I say about the numbers? Oh, they're gonna go on the, okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna do numbers on the back wall, growth mindset on the front wall. There, made the decision. That's the vision. It's terribly executed, believe me, I know. But that was just so I could see it, you know? To see if I even liked them being up there. And I do. I don't know if you can even, oh, it looks bad from afar. Oof. See, this is why we test things. This is why we test things. Okay, so I need a ladder or step stool of some sort because I want those three spaced out more, like evenly across the brick wall. And that's probably all that's gonna go over there for now because I don't know how I was gonna finish that sentence. Anyway. If you didn't know about this hack, now you do. If you need to make sure that things look good before you put them for real, masking tape, or not masking tape, painter's tape, because it comes off super easily. And I like the spacing on this, but I cut them weird, so they're not all like the same size. So partially because of that, and partially because I hate straight lines, like I'm just bad at them. I will be kind of do that. Okay, now I'm gonna start on my like schedule thing. I don't know what it's called, but I use electrical tape for that and I'm out. But I have these little magnetic strips that I'm gonna use to kind of plan out where I want the tape. So I like where we're at, but I'm updating my to-do list, marking off the things that I did today, marking and adding things that I still need to do. I have a question for you guys. If you're a teacher, if your campus allows you to bring your own mini fridge, microwave, coffee machine, whatever, and leave it in your room, I have a question. I have a microwave. I haven't had it in my classroom. This was just one that we bought for an apartment that didn't have it. Now we don't need it anymore. It's just been sitting in the garage. And I would like to use it in my room this year because I would like to. The only problem is there are 2 outlets in this classroom. One that is right there. Oh, it even has a USB port. That's convenient. And the other one is on the other side of the classroom in the corner by the window. Way over there. My initial thought before I looked at the outlets was, oh, I'll just leave this little cart next to me and put the microwave on like the bottom shelf so nobody messes with it. There's no outlet right there. There's no outlet right there. And given that this is the only outlet over here, that's like not possible to run an extension cord. Technically possible, but not possible within the realm of my abilities and my mental abilities right now. Should I just not bring my microwave? Or should I bring it and put it there and roll the cart over there to plug it in every time I need it? Or do you think if I put it over there and leave it plugged in, will the kids mess with it? This is freshmen. Would they mess with my microwave? Probably. But you know what? That would actually work. Rolling it, it's in the car right now. I might bring it in and just put it on the bottom of this rolling cart, because rolling it across the room takes like no effort. That way also, when I'm not using it, it's just not plugged in, so nobody can, whatever. Let me hear your thoughts though, because I'm not sure. This is where we're at. Sorry y'all, I'm so tired, I don't want to stand up. This is where we're at. I hope you can see it over there with my agenda. So basically, you probably can't see that, but the very top row says, what are we learning? Because I wanted like a header that I didn't have to change every day, because reaching the tippy top of the whiteboard is out of my capacity. Can't do it. I had to stand on a chair. And then it has spaces for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I made them very long. That way I can include the actual written learning objective, and also if there's like a test or a quiz, if there's homework due, if I have to put an essential question, like whatever, I can fit both of them in there. But I'm really not in love with that. I'm gonna leave it and come back tomorrow and see with fresh eyes how I feel about it. But I like the idea of having it that wide, but doing a row, like a line down the middle, and then having just 6 boxes, so that one of the boxes is just like whatever I want to put there. Maybe it has the date and reminders, whatever. Maybe it just says learning objective, I don't know. And then the other 5 are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm kind of leaning towards trying that, because I don't know, just something about how skinny they are is throwing me off. I need to see if anyone has a ladder that I could borrow. It is 12:30. I think I've been here for 2 hours. So I think I'm going to call it for today. Tomorrow I'm going to bring in my Sudoku board and hang that up. I'm going to hopefully bring in a stepladder, or see if someone has one that I can borrow, and get my numbers and my growth mindset stuff posted on the walls. What else did I need to do tomorrow? Oh, figure out the student station, which that's up against the brick wall. It has the shelves and the whatever. And then I think I'm pretty much done, honestly. Like, we're looking pretty good. There's quite a few things that I don't want to go ahead and do, just because I don't know, like I don't want to fill the wall space, because I don't necessarily know what's going to come up this year. And so I want to leave space for my room to kind of accumulate as the year goes on, because a class should be functional over cute. Like I love decorating my room. I love all that stuff, but it needs to be functional above everything else. So it feels really functional right now. I love how much room I have to walk around. I don't think any of the kids are going to be bumping into each other. Granted, if I have to add another group of 4, I don't know where they'll go. They'll probably end up right next to me, which is fine. I still have, well, let's just go over there, shall we? Why am I talking and not showing you? I also need to bring a hammer and nails so I can hang up my mirror. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. This area is what I was talking about, and when I say student station, because it just has everything. Like, I think the kids are going to be using these shelves more than me necessarily. So right here we have my 2 bins. I have 3 classes. There's 3 drawers. So one of them is the turn in bin, and one of them is the pick up bin. So whenever they complete any paper assignments, they'll just turn it into their period. And then once I grade it, I'll put it in there and pass them out, or they can pick it up, whatever. I also have Pencil sharpener, I love this one for pencils, but for colored pencils, I need an electric one because the colored pencils do not work with this sharpener. I'm conflicted on whether or not I'm going to use this year. I had it as like a suggestion box or just like anonymous whatever. If anyone wanted to like tell me something, but they didn't want to like talk to me about it, or you know, if they did want me to know who it was, but they just weren't comfortable like coming up to me, they could just write a note and it locks and it's just this little box. I'll probably have it out here, but I just don't know. I might mention it a few times, but I don't think I'm gonna make it a big deal. That's also where they could put like prayer requests or anything, if they do that. Then, then over here, I think this is going to be like a reference material slash missing work spot, because I have like the Algebra 1 reference material sheets that I'm probably going to put on the top because I feel like that's the most important. And then I'll just have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and put whatever we did that day. That way if anyone misses a day, they can just come over here and grab whatever it is that they missed. And then these pink ones are going to be for the papers that they're picking up today. So you have them out like that. Can you see? Can you see? So yeah. I'm just going to have it laid out like that, and then every day if I need them to pick up any papers, it'll be in here, and then at the end of every day, all the extra copies I'll just put in that day's thing. So I need to make little labels for Monday through Friday, that way I remember where to put what. And then yeah, I think this is a good place for a reference material. I'm just going to leave it up there, that way they're easily accessible. So I like the way this table is looking. I do want to like make cute little labels for everything, but again, that's not super urgent. And then this table needs some help because it just has a bunch of crap on it right now. We're doing pretty good for day 2. I feel like last year, day 2, I didn't have like anything really substantially done, but I feel pretty good right now. I think by tomorrow, I'm gonna be like student ready, meaning the room is functional enough for students to use it. It may not be perfect, but it's functional. I think that's all I have for today. This is a good stopping point. I got a lot done admin wise too, like updating my planner, and I was able to log into my email and see all of that stuff. So that's good. I have access to the things that I need access to. So if you enjoyed day 2 of setting up my classroom for this year, go ahead and like the video, comment any of your thoughts, suggestions, questions. Love all of that stuff, and then make sure that you're subscribed so that you can see the next classroom setup video, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye!